Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience. Before we get into the Kentucky Derby picks, where I got my nonsensical picks, plus the two experts are here to join me to give you their picks, explain all the bets, break down the entire field. I want to let you know if you smash the like button for the episode, leave your DraftKings handle in the comment section, and give me your pick to win. You're in a draw, friends, for 20 DK dollars. If you rate, review, and subscribe to the show on iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify, leave your DraftKings handle, something nice about the show as well. As a part of that review, you are in a draw for 20 DK bucks. Just giving away money here. Plus, if you retweet the show, if you like it on Instagram, and you share it on Facebook and comment with your DraftKings handle, no quote tweeting, a reply. You just retweet that stuff. No one needs to see your fucking commentary on it, all right? You'll also be in a draw for 20 DK bucks. We got PGA Championship coming up. Those are Millionaire Maker entries. Winners announced on Monday's show. This is a good one, by the way, so get ready.
Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, a very special show, the annual Kentucky Derby Picks Preview. We'll explain what trifectas are. I mean, I'll get it explained to me again, because I get it explained to me every year. Then I care about horse racing for about 3 days, and then I completely forget what's going on. But fortunately, to help me break this all down, the people demanded it. Cam Stewart in studio
Pat,
once again.
Hey, always a pleasure. They wanted to give me sound effects, so you got sound effects, buddy. Thanks for bringing me back. It's been a long time. Pat, looking good. You're feeling good. Life's good for you right now.
I got the kid. It keeps me in order.
Yeah, no more late night debauchery.
That's the whole thing. It turns out you can keep yourself in good health if you're not just out till 5 o'clock in the morning.
I get it. I don't have a tenant anymore, so I'm getting back to my old habits.
Oh, no.
No more creeping around at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So you're binge watching Twin Peaks at 4 a.m., getting all crazy?
I'm doing a lot of things, Pat. The beautiful thing is when you work in the afternoons, you could do a lot.
Oh, I remember. Hey, it's only 10 a.m. I can still sleep for another 3 hours. This is great.
I got to clean up, though. The doctor came in. I had to get a new sleep mask for my sleep apnea. It turns out that the other one was actually... The program was malfunctioned, so I'm actually not breathing while I'm sleeping, and I was wondering why I was getting dizzy, but you would have been proud of me. Pat actually went to the clinic, and they put the electrodes in, and now I got a new machine.
Does it work?
$1,500 later.
But it works.
Yeah, I got a Cadillac, traded in the Pinto, got a real machine.
Wow, $1,500 to be able to breathe while you sleep? It sounds like a worthy investment.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah, well, it happens. Every day, because people always ask me, where's Cam? Where's Cam? Cam is on the fucking radio and on YouTube every single day.
Me and Morency are, for all you degenerate gamblers out there, 4 to 7 on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network. We do YouTube hits now.
Where
you
else?
Can see me, what else? iTunes.
And?
Some platforms.
Others? Various others?
Various other platforms. Yeah, Pat. Not the best at the self-promotion. But if you like gambling picks and, a lot of fun, tune in every day. We have a load of laughs.
Who doesn't love gambling? Who is watching the show that doesn't love gambling?
Good, you bring up good points.
The people out there, they love the gambling. But this is a super show for the Kentucky Derby, the site of where the first real Andercurse on record happened when Tim selected 8 bells to win the Kentucky Derby. And what happened? 8 bells came in second and had to be put down on the course or the track.
That's
right. I guess that's what they call it.
That's right. They put the curtain up and the party's over.
But after that, Tim went on a hot run up until last year of picking the Kentucky Derby winner. So let's see if he can get it back. Introducing the third member of the show, Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson.
It's not my name. You're right. I didn't pick the Derby winner last year, but I did pick the golf tournament winner that same weekend. So it worked out.
The curse moved from golf onto the Kentucky Derby.
Tim can blame me too because he was on fire. And then I remember I'm like, let's take Magnum Moon and Mendelssohn. And I think they finished 19th and 20th. Was that right, Tim? We hit the second last and last.
It was brutal.
Our horses sucked.
Do you get the anti-trifecta?
That's the thing. Can't I get a void bet, some coupons for that's hard to do in a 20 horse race, 19th and 20th?
I'm going to say it's impressive.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick.
That's how I would describe it.
You get it.
So, can you please, for me, and actually, you know what? For the people out there, not just me, I'm going to pretend like I know. Can you please explain to me all these weird horse bets again that I want to do this week?
What, superfecta?
Superfecta, trifecta, hit me.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's start things off simple, Pat. The exacta, let's start with an exacta. We can finish the first and second place horses. If you want to box it and you're going to pay a little bit of more money, and Tim is he's a math whiz.
He is not a math
He
whiz.
works for the government. He's doing better than me.
He's not a math whiz.
He's not a math whiz?
Not a math whiz.
Is he a doctor?
He is a doctor.
see?
He is a doctor, not a math whiz.
He didn't go to Fanshawe College.
No, he did not. He may have. Who
I'll,
knows?
I'll let him deal with the math. But anyway, an exacta, first and second, Pat. But the thing is, if you want to box it and say the second guy comes in, all you need is the 2 horses. It doesn't matter which order if you box it.
So I could box like 4 horses if I wanted to.
That would be called a superfecta box.
Okay, here we go.
So we're going to start things off with exacta. So say you like, let's say what one of the favorites in the race here. What are we going to say? Like Game Winner. You like him. Say he wins and Roadster comes second. That's 16 and 17. If you have 17 and 16 on an exacta, sorry, pal, that's not a win. But with the box, it doesn't matter who comes second and who comes first. You get it. Boxing costs you a little few extra quid, buddy, but you know what? It also will win you more money. And Tim will tell you, in fields of 20 horses, Pat, these specials blow up tote boards. Like exactas, without favorites, you're going to see thousands of dollars. Tries, that's first, second, and third, thousands of dollars. Superfecta, you could buy property, like $500,000, $600,000. Tim, I'm not sure. Remember when Mind That Bird won with the Canadian contingent and the guy was on crutches hobbling around? I think that superfecta paid almost $1 million, didn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it because Mind That Bird was a huge long shot.
Craziness, Pat. So this is your race. Like, first of all, 20 horses should not be running on the same track at any one time. I love the Derby as much as the next guy, but this is inhumane. Horses are going to get cut off. There's going to be a lot of problems. You think about traffic jams in New York, like this is nuts. I'm thinking 15 to 16 horse. That's still a lot of horses, but 20. Oh man, it's about post positions too. Like you don't want to be in the auxiliary gate with like 20, like Country House. See ya. Like that's not happening.
So cross off Country House?
Yeah. Country House. We all want a Country House. We can't afford one. Spin-off. Meh.
I kind of liked Country House a little bit. I hated his post position though.
Yeah.
That's what did him in.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was looking at War of Will, who's won a stakes race, and Tax. I think my favorite jockey, Junior Alvarado, is going to be on Tax. But Tim, as you know, coming from the 1 and 2 hole, it's not cool. It's traffic problems. You're gonna get slammed into the rail. It's a big problem. You kind of want to be five position and above. I think looks pretty good, Pat. And the horse that I like is I don't want to give it all away.
Let's not give it away yet.
Let's tease it up.
Let's come back a little bit
To the exacta.
Yeah. Okay. So when you tell me I'm boxing things, it's not like me fighting Tim. That's not what I'm talking about.
Boxing?
It's like if I want to play a trifecta, I would say I want horses in the 7, 9, and 16 for first.
Yep.
And then I would say I want 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17 for second. And then like those 5 plus another 2 for third. And hopefully like one of those hit.
Basically, when you're boxing, you're doing exponential mathematics where you're going to have to start timesing a lot by taking extra horses.
What are the permutations and combinations that are available?
He just learned those words.
See,
we need to get Pizzola on here. I feel like he's got all this stuff figured out.
Actually, I'll tell you a story about Pizzola's old man. We've been to a lot of like stags and stuff together. I met Pizzola's old man when we were doing a radio show at Wegs in Woodbridge. And there was horse racing on before the Super Bowl, and they were handing out those, hey, you want a $4, $8 card to try out horse racing? Pizzola's dad was knocking him down, hitting exactas, tries. He is a great horse capper. Pizzola's a smart guy. His old man, great horse bettor. That's why I learned. Actually, I was asking him questions. He taught me a lot.
So, like, he's the guy. I mean, you're going to see Pizzola's dad at, like, that bar that's right over, like, next to the studio where you go in the basement to bet on horses.
The guy who doesn't smell like mothballs or, like, is carrying in, like, grocery bags, that's Pizzola's dad. Like, the one Italian guy that looks like he's got money, it's him.
So, Tim, what are you looking for here? What are your favorite type of bets? Are you going to bet a trifecta? Are you going to bet the winner?
Supers.
Are you just going to make a pick for, like, first and just, like, we're going to assume that pick comes last?
No, I like exactas and tries. Those are the most fun. Supers are they're too long odds. It's sort of like making a 7-team teaser in a football game or a 7-team money line parlay. They don't hit.
You do those all the time. You do it.
But you know what, Tim?
You do a 7-team teaser every week in football,
and I lose more often than I win.
Yeah, teasers. What do they say? What the guy say in Vegas? Teasers. They keep the lights on. when I went to Vegas the first time, like, who is this guy? It was like straight out of a movie. Guy's hacking. Teasers. They keep the lights on. Yeah, that's what pays the electric. People look at teaser and go, wow, I can't lose.
How can I lose?
How can I lose? I got so many points. But in the horse racing game, I'm with Tim. I think exactas and tries are the way to go. It's hard enough in a 20-horse field to get it right. But Pat, this is a once-a-year thing, buddy. And sometimes we like to have fun and play the lottery. Come up with 4 numbers and put a super together. A super box is going to cost you what, $24 there, Tim, for the ticket. If you do one, you could do one for $24 box, and why not? You know, I've spent more at the grocery store with lottery tickets.
Pat Mayo is rolling with DraftKings money now. I might be able to do a $48 one.
Pat, you're successful, and you've hit winners in golf. I know you got a lot in the kitty, so you're going to screw around. You can make some money.
So let's cross off some horses right out of the hop. So Tim,
Okay.
What post position are we just like putting a big X through right away?
Personally, I am throwing out 1 and 20. As much as I like 20, 1 and 20, I'm throwing out.
So War of Will at 16-1 and Country Hoose at 50-1. They're off the
I'm
card.
throwing 2 out because Tax is a darn good horse, and I'm not going to take him out. You know, he was down to the wire with Tacitus, and they both had, you know, that was actually a great race from both Tax and Tacitus. And if I like one, I should like the other. I think the odds are off with that. I think that Tax should be lower or Tacitus should be higher.
Well, Tax is probably getting docked because of its starting position, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better than 1, Pat. But to Tim's point, it's actually crazy. I'll be betting Tax in like crazy things that I'm going to add if I'm going to do a superfecta and buy like an $80 ticket, which I might do. I put him in there. Junior Alvarado is one of my favorite jockeys. I think at 25-1, they know something too. This horse in that position should probably be about 35, 40. They know something. Tim said it. This horse is good. The problem is the post position. Any other position, we probably get this horse around, 14.
Has a 2 ever
Yeah,
won?
I agree.
Has a starting in the 2 hole ever won?
A 2.
I'm sure that he has. I think it's 17 that's never won.
Yeah, good call. And I think what's the most successful position, Tim? Was it is it
Like 9?
Is it 9, 8, or 9, or was 5?
I think it's 9. Yeah.
I forget. Yeah, 9. I think 9's a good spot. I don't like. Actually, I love parfaits at Dairy Queen, but plus quoi parfait, Frenchie, he could beat it too. He's gone.
I always
He
thought
gone.
He gone.
He gone.
Is this a Canadian horse?
What plus quoi parfait?
Parfait.
Plus que parfait.
See, I always think it would be like a.
See how smooth Tim is.
Oh,
He just rolls off the tongue.
Cuss fluently parles la français. How do you think you got a job with the government? The guy's not qualified to do anything except for speak French. But I always thought in Quebec, like if you were in Quebec, you always have the Q parfait plus. It's always the plus at the end.
Plus.
So I don't know. I don't know about the Canadian heritage of this. Should be some weird French person. I don't know. So by my standards, 3 hole, 16-1. Thoughts?
1 Louisiana. I'm not going to be taking
exactly.
it. I think there's a lot of good horses out there, Pat, but by my standards, will not be making my ticket. I actually like Saez as a jockey, too. I know these jockeys quite well from the Aqueduct Belmont circuit. Seen them a lot. Actually, he went down to Gulfstream, too. I hate to say it, too. The one horse with Tyler Gaffalion is probably one of the best young jockeys in horse racing, but I'm just going to have to pass due to the post position. I don't know what you think about 3, Tim. I'm out on by my standards. I'm not biased.
I don't like him that much either. He did finish 2nd here at Churchill Downs back in November, so it's not like the course is new to him. But just on my card of horses I like, he's just not on it.
All right, what do you make of Gray Magician at 50-1?
Sounds like tools who are watching, what's that, Game of Thrones? They can bet on Gray Magician, not me.
He's not even gray.
Well,
the horse is not even gray.
Are you saying, Tim, that some of the names of the horses don't exactly match up with the horse's personality or appearance?
Like, I know they allege that he's gray, but like if you look at the actual horse, he looks like bay or
you say he looks
or
gay?
black to me.
Yeah, he's gay.
He's gay. He's a gay horse.
No, he's either bay color or he's
What
like
the hell is a
brown.
bay
Yeah,
color?
what's bay? What do you work for, Benjamin Moore on the side? What's bay?
It's a horse color.
Is it beige? Like what's bay? Is it white?
No, it's like it's like a brownish brindle.
That's not helping.
Brindle. It's a butterscotch ripple?
Yeah, Tim Andercuss sponsored by Valspar.
I love it. He's working for Benjamin Moops. Yeah, it's good stuff. No,
All right,
Tim's
so
the best.
we'll cross off the Gray Magician.
No, Gray Magician, that sounds too sorcerer for me.
All right, so in the 5 posting position, 5-1, improbable. Although at 5-1, the second favorite might not be so improbable.
Tim, you want to start off with improbable? Another good jockey, too. Good results and earnings.
Yeah, he's got 2 wins, or he's got a win, sorry, at Los Alamitos, and he was second at the Arkansas Derby. I don't know. Like, I watched that race, and I was not super impressed with any of the horses in that race.
Check out this jockey. Can you see the jockey here, Tim?
Very happy.
He's rocking like the late 90s, like Florida Marlins outfield shades.
Yeah, they rock. Like Todd Helton when he's carrying a caribou down the stairs.
And then he falls down and he's out for the year. That's no good. Yes. So we're out on improbable, what, 5-1?
I think I am out too. I'm with
He's
Tim.
just not the favorite. Like, of all the favorites, he's not the one I'm going with.
I agree with you 100%. Out of the favorites at 5-1, I probably would have made this horse 7 or 8. And probably won't make it, Pat. We talked about it. It's a 20-horse race. We can't bet everybody. We are not rich. Well, I'm speaking for myself. Like, I can't be dropping $1,000 on the Kentucky Derby. Like,
I mean, don't let people tell you what you can and cannot do.
yeah,
Cam.
you can. I've actually had really good success in some of these times. Like, I've hit it up for a couple dimes in these big events before. It's hard though.
How about Vacoma, 14-1?
Yeah, Vacoma sounds very scary. Very scary. I really like the jockey. Javier Castellano is one of my favorites too. First in the bluegrass. You know what? I'm gonna say pass because I like something a little bit different. Can't have everybody there. I have my horse, a couple favorites, and Tim might be onto something. I might throw tax in my crazy exotics, Pat.
Well, I'm curious to see if you and Tim are on the same page. What do you think here, Tim? 14-1.
No, it's not my horse. He hasn't been raced enough for me to be taking him at the Derby. He has 2 important races, and they're both second-grade races. I don't know. He's just not the horse I'm going to go with. I think his odds are too low.
Well, Tim, what are the races that we need to be looking at here as it pertains?
In my opinion,
why isn't bluegrass very good, but like Louisiana is?
Other people have different opinions. For me, the Florida Derby, the Louisiana Derby,
Yep.
the Arkansas Stakes. Those are the 3 biggest ones to me, and of course there are other important ones too. What would you say, Cam? What am I forgetting?
Wood Memorial.
You're right. So yeah, that's the other one. The Wood Memorial.
You're
Those are the
right.
4 biggest ones.
I think Florida's huge, though. It's one of those ones, the Florida Derby winner, Pat. A lot of good things happen. It's interesting, though. This next horse, just doing a little bit of research and looking at feet traveled and winning the race. I think a lot of other horses didn't run their best. Maximum Security. Gabe really likes this horse. I respect his opinion. He's been good in the big races, but he's not going to be a part of my top 3 or 4. I think he probably finishes 5th or 6th.
But Gabe bets the Florida Derby winner every year without exception.
Yes, he does. And so Maximum Security is his horse.
That's why as soon as I saw that Maximum Security won, I was like, well, that's who Morency is betting to win the Derby, because that's who he always bets.
It's true.
That horse was very impressive in that race.
I agree.
But I'm not going to allow my biases. I too think the Florida Derby is probably the most instructive one, but I'm not going to allow my biases for it, particularly since they're calling for some rain on Saturday, and that was not I'm looking for a wet track. And that, if I'm not mistaken, the Florida Derby was raced dry.
Yep.
It was the Arkansas Stakes that was wet.
Yes, that was in the slop.
That one was in the wet. Yeah, we could have 5 to 10 mils on Saturday, which I guess in American is what, like, I don't know, a couple of
3 inches.
So many ounces. I actually don't know how rain is measured.
Ounces. Yeah, I don't know what Maximum Security is a good horse, Pat. But the thing is, we have to
narrow this down.
Yes, we do. And there's 20 horses, and I think I'd probably rank him on my board 4th or 5th, maybe. And I can't do that. He's off. But the next horse we're talking about is going to be my horse.
This next horse is the horse I love the best.
Okay,
I can't believe this.
You guys are on the same page.
I can't believe we're doing this again, Tim. And this year it better not be Mendelssohn and Magnum Moon time, or I'm going to be out in the back of the woodshed here. Like, I love Tacitus. I love everything about this horse. First in the Wood Memorial. I love Jose Ortiz. The earnings also, Pat. You have to look at horses that are 3-year-olds. Only 3 of them have not lost a race. And I'll give Gabe and his horse Maximum Security credit. That horse has not lost a race as a 3-year-old. Tacitus has not lost a race too. Only 3 horses in this field. It is one of them. I'm getting 10-1 odds on this horse. This is my horse. The 8 horse all over the board. Win, play, show, boom. I'm in.
I really was impressed with his performance at the Wood Memorial. He was about 8 lengths back or so when they hit the top of the stretch.
Closer.
And that horse just kicked it into overdrive and overwhelmed the field. And that's the type of horse and the type of race I like and I think is most effective at the Kentucky Derby is not one who's a pace setter. Sort of like Maximum Security was the opposite. He took the lead from the gate and never gave
wire
it
to
up.
wire. That doesn't
Wire
happen.
to wire. I don't think those types of horses, unless it's Big Red, I don't think those types of horses can win, or that's the strategy that is the most effective at the Derby.
Big
I
Red.
think that you should be a horse that lays back a little bit, and then as you sort of make that final turn, you kick it into high gear. That's what I like.
Hey, Tim, can we knock off the parfait, number 9, and cutting humor at 10?
How about I just buy you a parfait and we'll call it even?
Actually, I was going to, Pat, I am so hungry. I haven't eaten all day. I heard A&W. I might go hit a teen burger after the show if you want to go.
You're not going to get one of the Beyond Meat burgers?
Actually, I'm going to say something, Tim, and then we'll probably do a food segment afterwards usually. I'll give it credit. It does taste like a real burger. I just don't like the price point. I don't like to walk up to burger places and spend $14 on a combo. I might as well get a steak.
That sounds
I
like
agree
that sounds like
completely.
a Tim style. Oh, did I tell you about Tim?
No.
And his steak? We haven't released the episode yet, but I cut out the small part and released it online. People were just like, "Oh my god!" So Tim, instead of like marinating his steak and like cooking it in a cast skillet iron, and putting butter in it and putting everything, he just has a normal frying pan, turns it on high, and sprays it with Pam and throws it in.
I've done that before too.
There you go, Tim.
Yeah, it's know what, Tim? It's something. Sometimes you got to get it down quick, and I'm
also,
with Pat.
told me not to use butter and use this instead.
That is not what I said. I need the show to be released so people can see the
I'll
full part of
see
it. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I told him because he kept using like butter at the bottom of his like pan to cook stuff in the oven. Like you put like potatoes or whatever in the oven, and he puts butter on the bottom, and then everything fucking sticks to the bottom of it.
Exactly.
But I said use Pam on the bottom of it, and it won't stick. Pam, very good for non-stick type
I
stuff.
agree.
But he took that as use Pam instead of butter on everything. So I think he's spraying his fucking toast with Pam.
Yeah, no, that shit'll hurt you after a while. Let me tell you, I worked in a lot of kitchens there, Tim, and I've done a lot of dirty jobs like peeled potatoes, carrots, and stuff. And they have something called basically Vegeline. It's the same. It's the industrial strength Pam, and I used to eat food off it all the time. It's not good for you. Like for the health that I'm in now, like honestly, like I'd rather eat sticks of butter. It's safer.
So
No, it's true, Pat. Like
you're not going to catch me.
You
doing
know
it.
that stuff's made of? It's like graphite. Like think about it. Like it's non-stick spray. Like it's not even like butter.
Yeah. 9 and 10?
You're not a fan of those coatings?
No, not really.
No, me neither.
I'm
I
going to
got
stay
it.
away. We're cutting out 9 and 10?
Yeah, 9 and 10 can beat it.
All right. How about...
So can 11 for as far as
Actually,
I'm
yeah,
concerned.
Heichel, see ya.
All right, so the favorite.
Hi, bye.
The favorite, Omaha Beach.
Omaha Beach has to be in here.
Earnings over $1 million. This horse is like a fucking poker player
Yeah,
here.
this fucking horse is good, Pat. He's favored for a reason. Also, you have jockey Mike Smith. who
Is that Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys? Is he Mike Smith?
Oh, yeah, Mike Smith. Yeah.
Is that his name?
he kind of
was,
looks like
yes.
him a bit, yeah. Mike Smith is the best of the best, though, right, Tim? First in the Arkansas Derby. The horse at plus 450, I think it's actually a good price. We're going with Tacitus, but if you like Omaha Beach, he's going to be in any type of exacta, top
So
two
here's my nitpick,
tries.
and it's just a nitpick. Watching the end of the race in Arkansas, they had to go to the whip a lot more than I would like for a horse.
Good
that I think is
observation.
dominant.
Good
To
observation.
go
Tim.
down the stretch, he was on the whip a lot, and so was the horse there in second. My mind is blanking who that was. But anyway, they were both on the whip too much for me. Yes, there's the experience in the rain, which may be effective if this is a wetter track, but I just didn't like that. That did not seem to me a horse that ought to be. I mean, he's the morning line favorite, right? Like that's not. So I'm just not going to be betting a 4-1 odd horse in a 20 horse race, and if I'm not 100% impressed with him, and little stuff like that is a nitpick.
Yeah, the other horse was, I think you were talking Improbable.
Improbable,
Second,
yeah, that's right. They were both on the whip, and I didn't like that.
So we're fading Improbable. We're fading Omaha Beach. That's the move?
Well, yeah, because we still have some big
like
have some
it.
big game hunters here coming up.
No, we got to do too. No, yeah, so fading it's kind of a general term, but I will say this. From betting, Pat, it's not just about betting the race. It's kind of like golf. We're going to do matchup bets.
Okay.
And Omaha Beach is going to be, if he's in a matchup bet against Tacitus, he's going to be a huge favorite. I'm going to take the other horse.
Take the dog.
I'm going to take.
How often do you take the favorite in a head-to-head, or do you always take the dog?
I look for plus money. I think
So
it's
do
the
I.
only way to go, especially in a 20 horse race. Some of these horses are going to have great trips. Some of them are going to get smashed like a pinball machine. That's the thing. It's a 20 horse race. You can't get caught up in traffic. You need a perfect ride to win the Kentucky Derby. And Omaha Beach, he's a damn good horse at plus 450, but I see Tacitus at 10-1 as a horse that can beat him.
So Tim, Code of Honor, which I think is named after the worst episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, is 16-1.
Are you a Next Generation guy? Or
I'm a Deep Space Nine guy.
Interesting.
I'm a big fan of Deep
What
Space
about the
Nine.
old ones?
No,
with Shatner where he's banging aliens
I
and
actually
stuff?
hate the old one.
Really?
Yeah, I really hate it.
Oh, okay.
I don't even like some of the movies are okay. I don't like the show, but I'm a bit like Deep Space Nine, TNG, very close. Voyager is just trash.
What's your opinion on the Twilight Zone? I've been
The new
watching
one?
it kind of late. No, the old one.
Oh, the old one's great. New one?
Rod Serling?
Not so much at times.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
New one.
Hey, Twilight Zone. The old ones are like way better. Like, no, it's a good show. Like, my girlfriend watches it all the time, and I find myself watching it. I'm like,
It holds up.
it's
from like the
it
60s.
actually, it's a nice show. It deserves better.
The new Star Trek Discovery, just finished season 2. Very good.
Really?
Very high budget on that show.
Really?
Yeah, CBS just pumped all their money into it. It looks fucking amazing.
Yeah. New Twilight Zone though. Thumbs down.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. Just doesn't.
I mean, just watch Black Mirror. It's way easier and it's much better. Code of Honor, 16-1. Any love, Tim?
Nope, out third in the Florida
I'm
Derby,
throwing
and
it.
I was not. I thought he kind of faded. I didn't like him.
I'm throwing him out.
I'm
too.
out on him.
I'm with Tim.
Okay, so let's get to my pick to win.
Win.
Win, win, win.
All you do is win.
I don't understand how, honestly, this horse could possibly lose. If Tim's talking about maybe some of the names don't necessarily match up with the horse, I'm going to plan that this one does match up with the horse. 20-1, Tim. It is win, win, win. How could you lose?
Okay, Patrick, explain to me why, other than the name, you think win, win, win is a good choice.
Why would I need to? Its name is Win, Win, Win. I might just bet. I might just only bet it for the trifecta.
Win.
Boom, boom, boom. So many roses, Tim.
I have to
20-1.
admit, I did not watch his most recent race. I think it was the Bluegrass Stakes. I have not seen that, so I have to admit.
Who's
that I'm
on
not-
win, Tim? Who's the jockey?
The jockey is... Who is the jockey?
Good
I'm not
question.
even...
I'm just gonna hope it's not like you.
Pat's got good forms, but he's missing the jockey on this one. So
I don't have the
can't
jockey
remember.
now either. I have the trainer.
No jockey, solo act.
Yeah, that's right.
He just wins so much he doesn't need a jockey.
Let's wait.
Hold on. I can pull this up here on the
While
Yeah,
you're pulling it up, can we gas Master Fencer too?
Yeah, well, just chuck.
Julian Pimentel.
Pimento.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, pimentos.
So Master Fencer, we're chucking him
Yeah, I
out.
think Master Fencer can go. Tim.
Well,
What do you-
Master Fencer is the big old question mark because he's the Japan Road qualifier. I don't know if very many of us have seen him race and know exactly what he's up to. I think he could finish dead last. Who knows with this horse? I mean,
Does he get to run his race in like kilometers instead of miles?
No, but like he hasn't raced in the United States as far as his last 2 races are both in Japan.
I'm gonna fade him. Japanese
A huge
horse.
travel. I get
Nah.
fading him completely, but I also think if you were looking for a real like super long shot who might pull this out, he might be the guy because he might be an amazing horse and we haven't seen. I don't know. So I'm not playing him, but I'm saying that of all the super long shots, I think I'd be the least shocked by him.
You think he's better than Win, Win, Win?
I have no idea.
That blows my mind.
I have no opinion really on win, but I think this horse.
I like this. Tim is just
Win.
But if Tim isn't for or against a horse,
Yeah.
no curse.
That's
so Win, Win, Win is setting up to be pretty.
There is no curse. I don't
good.
practice dark magic.
You do. You just live dark magic.
Gray Magician. Ooh, dragons. I feel
So
like
I'm just
such
gonna
an
waste
idiot.
90 minutes of
No,
your life?
honestly, Tim, I don't know. Like, I got enough problems watching murder mysteries, which are my thing, and sports, like, and betting. I don't understand people getting into this. Where do you find the time of Game of Thrones? Like, if you have like another life and a girlfriend and other things going on,
Well, some of
from
us
the
just
betting
like to
that
be-
you do.
Some of us like to be constantly disappointed, and in that sense, the show hasn't let us
Tim
down.
has turned into one of these people that just complains about it on the internet.
Oh,
So-
people are bitching.
Tim,
People-
I don't want to hear your thoughts about this.
People
Tim.
are bitching. No one's dying in the first episode. Don't worry, people. You're going to get lots of deaths. Like, yeah, like, you know what, Pat? I won't even watch the show, and I want to come back and visit you and give me a board, and I'll predict. You give me over-unders, and I'll tell you when people are dying without watching the damn show.
That sounds actually like quite an entertaining show.
Thank you.
That's how we're going to do our like finale recap.
Yeah,
I'll
get
give you
me
a
an
list of
Andrew
characters.
curse on there, and we'll do it from people watching the show. We'll fade them.
Game winner, 6-1.
I love Game Winner.
like 'em. I like him.
I make an 8. Okay, Pat. Well, you know what? And I respect Tim's opinion. Other than the one bad year we had, I actually do.
Oh God,
this
could be your problem.
That's the thing. But one time we were together, things went bad, people. So you're either in or you're out. But 8 and 16 are my 2 favorite horses. Game winner with Tacitus. That's my exacta box, Pat. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. 8 and 16. 16 divided by 8 too. Those numbers they coincide with each other. For all the people that play math, a lot of people I know do weird things at horse races. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. 8 and I like that. 16 and 8.
Okay, see,
they go into each other.
That doesn't even sound like real math. You sound like the guy at the fucking roulette table, like, oh, it came up red, 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 and I've made my row of 6. And when I look at it down here, that means black's gonna come up. It's like, well, what if you made a row of 7? What's the difference?
I'm just saying.
You're getting it to tell you. You're getting it to tell you what you want.
Feel good, buddy. They feel good together.
What if 27 is all over the board?
Well, 27 red is the only number that hits in roulette, per my understanding of roulette. The only number I bet.
What's the most? So that's what number comes up the most in roulette?
I think it's all like equal, unless you have like a worn, I guess, wheel. But I think the croupier would be on top of that. So I don't know. So you like game winner too? So you and Cam are on like the same picture?
No, he's not my second favorite. He's my third favorite.
Oh, okay. So Roadster's your second favorite. The 17?
Yeah, Roadster is my second.
He's my third
Roadster
favorite.
Is number 2.
So that's your trifecta. You got game winner, you got Roadster, and Tacitus?
Yep.
Yeah, Tacitus, Roadster, game winner. That would be my 3. And if I were to go to a 4, Tax would be my 4.
So unbelievable.
Tax out of the 2?
I love Tim's picks. Tax, or why don't you do your other pick there, Tim? Master Fencer, if you're feeling real frisky.
You could totally put Master Fencer in there too. Yeah, those are kind of the horses. Yeah, I'm so annoyed the Country House is in the 20 slot. I thought that was a horse that really had an opportunity to be sort of middle of the road, sort of like competitive horse, and just being in the 20 hole just basically canceled just because he was sort of sneaky and he raced Louisiana and Arkansas, which I don't see a lot of. I liked that. Like the horse was getting ready for the Derby.
Good call.
Anyway.
You know what? A lot of people are going to bet Long Range Toddy for the name. I won't be.
Well, the Brits will be over
Long Range Toddy. 50 to 1. 50 quid. Yeah, no thanks. Beep.
So let's try to build. Let's build out.
If 19 was called Schmiernoff instead of Spinoff, yeah, that could be interesting.
You'd be all over that. Be down in a few of those.
Yes.
No way you could lose at that point.
I'm telling you though, me and Tim are on the same page. I the only difference, like I think game winner, Roadster, Tacitus, like Pat, out of those, I really believe 2 or 3. Like this, I love where we're going with our trifecta there.
All right, so those are your top 3?
Yeah.
And Tim, what were your top 3?
My top 3 were Tacitus, Roadster, and game winner.
So exactly the same as me. And I agree with Tim. I think as a long shot, Tax and War of Will. But the problem is War of Will's in the 1 hole. But the 1 and 2 horses, if you're going to do some exotics.
Yeah, no, although I will say a couple of years ago, was it 2 years ago that a horse in the 1 on the rail and the 1 finished second?
It was 2 years ago because I remember I was in Vegas. That horse, they were really surprised about it. It paid a fortune too to come second.
Yeah, he did.
So let's try to build something here. Let's build a superfecta. Can we do that?
Yes, we can.
All right, so we have 8, 16, and 17. Those are your guys' top 3 each.
Yep.
So we put those as like box 1 for win.
So you know what we need, Pat? If we're doing a superfecta, we need 1 more horse because that's top 4. We have to add 1 more.
Okay.
Right now we have a try or a
win,
try
win,
box.
Win.
We'll put win in there at 14.
Winning.
That's 8.
Is Charlie Sheen sponsoring the? Does he own the horse?
Know what I would suggest too, Pat? Another good
Tiger blood. Inject him.
Another thing to do though, in dead
Ripped
seriousness,
by a Vatican assassin.
You know, Tim, too. If you're going to bet 4 horses, you go down to play the try. If you bet 3, you do the exacta. Like you do 1 less because the odds of us hitting 4 are very tough.
Let's do the
let's
three
do
then.
4 horses for a try box.
Okay, so we'll throw win in there.
Yes.
So we'll keep 8, 16, 17, and 14. We'll put those at all 3 levels.
Correct.
Who do we want to add to our second level? Or do we just play those 4? That's it.
Or this is what we're going to do. Or you could be ballsy like me and Tim. If you want to make the ticket less, you go 8 and 16 to win. 8 and 16.
But win is going to win. So you want to have them. You want to have.
Can we put them in second?
No, first. Win.
I'm not going to endorse your ticket, Patrick.
I like this ticket. You wait. You fucking wait.
If win wins, you know what? I got to come back, Mayo, and I'll give you a crown and we'll bow down to you.
Can I have roses?
Yeah, sure. You could have.
Tim will be so jealous.
A scepter, like a wrestling,
I could be like Macho King.
Yeah, like Ric Flair, come in rhinestones. Woo! Let's do it, baby.
Oh, I could enjoy that. Tim, is there any other horses you would like to throw on?
Like nice quality robe.
You want to throw Tax on here?
I like Tax.
I think he would be my 4.
It's hard to bet a horse called Tax, though. I got enough problems with the Tax man. But taxes, I really like a lot of things about the horse and the jockey.
I'll throw the two onto the second and third place. Tax isn't going to win because win.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. How about we go 8-16 either to win with 8-16, 2, and
17. Road
17. Thank you. 17 with 8-16, 2, 17, 14. Yeah. What's that gonna cost, Tim? 8-16. So either 8 or 16 to win. 8-16, 2, 17. One of those horses has to come second. 8-16, 2, 17, 14 in the 3-hole. Giddy up, Pat. Giddy up, buddy.
Can't wait to make some money on this.
I hope so. You know what? If Tim, could this be our year? Imagine Tacitus wins and like Game Winner and Roadster come there. Like, we're gonna make a lot of money, buddy.
It would be great. It would be great for the people to be able to cash in, just as importantly.
The people.
I mean, if the people want to win, they just bet win, and they make 20 times their money. That's the way you got to play this.
I really know what the funny thing is. Me and Tim do not talk about, like, I just come on the show. The fact that he likes both horses, it's
you
it's
guys are
actually
basically
crazy.
the same person. You cook your steaks the same. You're betting the same horses.
Tim, don't tell me you like your steak well done, though.
No, I don't.
Hey.
I don't. That's not my. No, I don't. Medium.
Tell me you like
best.
it like at least like rare-ish.
Medium or medium rare. Those are the two I like.
That's one thing. I
That
got a British
that is
buddy.
such
Just
a fucking lie, by the
everything
way.
he cooks, he's just tearing it. I need gravy to steak.
Tim has once
I
come
want to
on-
see pink in it.
Tim once came on the show and said that well done was his preferred style
No,
of steak.
I never
Doused
said that.
doused in HP sauce.
I do like HP sauce on my steak.
I do.
If you
I like HP
if
too.
you get a quality steak, Cam,
No,
it
you don't.
It
No.
don't need no sauce.
No, I agree. HP is for a steak when it's cooked too long.
Yeah,
HP is for everything.
ham and HP. Get it.
Scrambled eggs and HP, great. Ham and HP, great. French fries and HP, great. HP goes up. It's great on everything.
I made a big mistake the other day at the grocery store. They had cooked ham on sale, and it was like it's too slimy. It's too slimy. Yeah, in the bag, it's just it's too wet. You might as well buy a thing of Spam, at least in you know what I mean. The way you can cut it thicker and fry it up. The cooked ham too thin, too watery, Pat. It's garbage. But I couldn't say no, and I bought meat at Giant Tiger. That was probably a big mistake.
That's not a great idea.
I didn't want to tell you what I do in grocery stores. It's borderline illegal. Like I could load up my cart for $30.
Let's save
like-
that. Let's save your grocery store antics for another time.
So what are we going? We're going with 8 and 16 are our two favorite horses with 17 Roadster in there.
At least throw $10 on win for me.
I'm gonna add win to exotics because if he
Yeah.
does win, I'm gonna lose my mind. How's that sound?
I like it. I want to thank Cam for being here today. Also, would love
thank you
to
for having
thank Tim Anderson.
Tim Anderson.
That is not my name.
I heard it was.
Always a pleasure, Tim.
He can't see you through the picture, by the way.
I know. I kind of. I'm looking at him. Go, is he behind? It kind of looks that way with those crazy eyes.
Well, he does
I'm
have
like
crazy eyes.
Snuffleupagus. I'm never actually seen by anybody.
Look at his fancy hat.
How is your government job, Tim? Is it fun or boring?
It's good.
It's good. I bet they pay well too, right? The government? They're not going to skimp like cooked ham.
No, you don't have to skimp on cooked ham. Tim will just eat that anyway because it's a delicacy. Throw some HP on that shit and you're good to go. Full pension, though. You got to like that. That's the move. I got no pension.
The worst is I went into. I'll tell you a story. We'll do some more food talk afterwards.
We'll do-
I'm embarrassed for what I did.
No,
the last time I
you
went shopping.
you got to save this. We're gonna get Cam's shopping habits and maybe a special episode of Cuss Corner coming up soon. All right, I'm Pat Mayo. Thank you for enjoying the Kentucky Derby. If you have watched this far, I want you to do this for me. Smash the like button for the episode. Leave your DraftKings handle in the comments section. Tell me who you got to win the Kentucky Derby this year. Boom, you're in a draw for 20 DK bucks. If you rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast, 5 stars, something nice about the show, DraftKings handle, you'll also be in a draw for 20 DK bucks. So go do that. Plus share the show. Got to get the show around. It's a fun show, all right? I'm Pat Mayo. Good luck with your picks at the Kentucky Derby. I'll see you next time.
Mayo experience. Experience.